What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA, guys. All right. So, guys, we are at a standstill as of right now. All right. I do not have a clear direction on where we are going, but what we actually will do first, we're going to come over here to the patternsite.com. We're going to come down here. We will go over to candlesticks. All right. And I think it's called the three white soldiers or the three white knights. I do think it is a reversal candlestick pattern. Now, I did not have a written update that came out last night. That is because your boy was tired, and that did not align with your boy getting home from work and just going straight to bed. And that is exactly what I did. But there will be one out tonight, all right? If I'm just too tired to the point where I am literally falling asleep, just standing there, then yeah, guys, there's the high likelihood that I'm not going to come out and make a written update, all right? That was last night, all right? But what I wanted to put in there was this pattern, all right? This is a reversal candlestick. Oh, the three-line strike right there. Three white soldiers, all right? Now, I do believe it is a reversal, all right? Bullish reversal, 82% of the time. What the heck is that? Bullish reversal, all right? So you had this down here, and then boom, there's your reversal pattern. I don't know if it is going to end up working out, all right? It does need the confirmation. All right, so you need a candle close over here. If we do close over there today, you guys know that, hey, we could be seeing it start to pop off to the upside. All right, or we could also be going with the three-line strike, but we do not have a bearish engulfing candlestick that I believe has to come with that. Bearish reversal 65% of the time. All right, theoretical performance, bullish continuation, but that is that. Now this, I'm gonna be honest, this is what I thought the three white soldiers was. All right, but now you do know. All right, you get that close over here. I'm gonna be watching for that on QQ. And we likely do end up heading higher. Now, we're gonna we'll go over the daily time frame first, and then I will show you guys what I want to show you. All right. Starting with the daily charts, we'll go over Mr. VIX. All right. So Mr. VIX, look at this fat wick showing that puts are being closed, but you do have your stochastic crossing up as we speak. Is that crossing up? It is crossing up. All right. So stochastic is crossing up. CCI started bouncing off its byline. All right. I told you guys that the likely scenario is that SPX was going to be doing this. All right, it was going to be coming down here. Maybe we get the bounce here and then we go like that. All right, but I said that I was expecting, I think this was the likely scenario. I did say we had a few scenarios to the downside. We were going to have to see how it pans out. All right, SPY's trend line here was what gave you this bounce. This is why I tell you guys, everything works together. All right, not everything, but the stuff that we review here on the channel, there's a reason I use all these different tickers. All right, they are the indices. They work together. One of these is going to give you one of these is going to provide a branch that you are going to bounce off of, or you're going to smash through. All right. That's how I look at it. One of them is going to do it. Doesn't have to happen on all of them, but sometimes it does. This case, it was the SPY. You got the bounce off that trend line there. You got the bounce off of it here. You were still holding. Because of this, I'm going to need to see what happens up here. I'm going to go over that after we finish the daily time frame real quick. All right. But yeah, you did end up bouncing off your trend line here. You do have declining volume, but it is only 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we're going to have to see. I do think you're probably going to have inclining volume today. Maybe you are going to close the day out green. I don't know. Just know if you do close the S&P 500 out green with the VIX green, it does give you a sell signal on the S&P 500, so SPX. Over the next 2 trading sessions, you have an 85% chance that you see a down day on the S&P 500 over the next 2 trading sessions when that pops up. It's the same with it's like literally the reverse indicator is also, it works the exact same. If you see VIX close red with S&P 500 red, there you go. All right. There you go. You have an 85% probability that you see an up day in the next 2 trading sessions. Right now, it is looking like we might end up going and seeing SPY end up closing green. I don't know if it's going to happen. But what I will say is I still think we're probably going to see downside from here. All right. I think it really is right here. And I'm just going to show you guys. I'm going to keep this up here. All right. On this, the vids watch list here. I'm going to keep it up. And by the way, I did not mention Bitcoin yesterday. I completely forgot to mention Bitcoin, even though it was up like 8% yesterday in the vid. It was up here. I just didn't say anything. I told you guys down here that I wasn't looking for a bounce, but I said Bitcoin was probably going to get a bounce that came out of that divergence. All right, and then because of that, I was saying like it's like that the indices end up doing that. All right, but I still do believe that the likely scenario here is that we start breaking down here on SPX. All right. If you see what we have done the past few days is we've literally gapped down, came back up, gapped down, came back up. All right. Same over here. You went down and came back up. All right. Here you gapped up, came down all day. But the past 2 days on SPX, we've literally gapped down and did that. All right. Your boy was able to your boy, all right, so your boy was in the dog room again. And guys, I swear I'm doing like better on these 0 DTs when I'm like at work than when I am at home. All right. I've only traded them once at home in front of my computer the other day. All right. But I will say, guys, it's just some of these are so obvious to me that I just pull the trigger on the spot and just literally don't look. I buy these 0 DT strangles, and this morning, all I had to do, guys, was literally just bought the I think it was the 30. They were around the same price, so I bought the 302 put, and I think it was the 308 call, or was the 306 call. I'm not really sure which one that was. I think it was the 308 though. But either way, I literally just sat there, and yeah, all right. With where we opened up, I just figured, okay, we most likely end up moving decently off of a pretty hot PPI report, guys. I've been telling you guys, if you see the market rallying like this, all it's going to do is make inflation come back. Like, it really will. It really does. All right. It brings the wealth effect back. People think they have more money. They have more money to spend. All right. If you're seeing markets go up, people physically have more money to spend. All right. They feel wealthier. There you go. Then they go out and they bring more demand. All right. What does more demand do with the same supply? Inflation. All right. It makes prices go up. All right, that is what we are starting to see tick up. I told you guys, so we had the PMI this morning. I think it was the PMI. Let me actually come over here to Market Watch. Okay, we'll come over here. What do we have this morning? It was Wednesday, right? No. Wait, my bug, what date is it, guys? It's the 16th, okay? It is the 16th. It is not Wednesday. It's Thursday. Okay, it is Thursday. What did we have this morning? We had the PPI. I told you guys that we're gonna have to watch the PPI because the CPI, like the PPI, okay. So the producers, I've been talking about this over the last few videos, all right. So I've been saying how eventually, the producers, the suppliers, they're gonna have to start to take the hit, okay. And it's because they're seeing the consumer struggling, and the consumer is no longer willing to take that hit. So I told you guys we're going to have to watch PPI. Well, here you go, guys. The suppliers here, the producers price index is showing they came in high. All right, I think that's high. Yeah, actual median. All right, so 7% versus 0.4% expected, guys. It's not good. Okay, and you had -2%, -0.2% before. So again, it was showing like this whole narrative that I've been telling you guys, the narrative that we've been rallying off of here. This is like something's going to change it. All right. And I'm serious. This could be. All right. We got the first sign the other day that inflation is starting to tick back up. This is the second sign right here. All right. Well, no, we've had 2 signs so far. Okay. So because we also had CPI coming hot the other day as well. And there was one that came in before that was slightly hot, I believe. I don't remember what it was. I know I retweeted it though. But here on core PPI, this is the 3rd sign that we have inflation ticking back up, guys. This is exactly not core PPI. I just meant PPI. This is the sign, guys. This is literally the sign that inflation is taking back up. I told you guys it would be funny that the narrative that the market has been rallying off of is going to be it's going to be the same catalyst that causes the market to stop rallying. It's going to be the same catalyst that caused the market to have a downturn. Well, guys, yeah, we're seeing inflate like the same exact catalyst that made like multiple catalysts made it run. All right, like inflation, it was coming down. It was showing signs. It was like, yeah, they were there. Okay, there was no denying it. Now, hey, they're ticking back up. All right, so the narrative that you just ran off of, it's finally getting slammed on. All right, going back to the daily charts, okay? So we do have VIX backtesting that. We have the stochastic crossing up. I told you guys in yesterday's video that I was guessing that this trend line was going to hold here on Mr. VIX. All right, so I think puts are going to I think they are going to start paying. All right, I think. All right, do not quote me on this because you know what? I've been early to the parties before. Okay. But I'm going to show you guys what you need to see happen, okay? Because this really is going to finally dictate where we go, all right? You got confirmation of a trend change if something takes place, all right? So we're going to do it here on SPX, right? First of all, let's go over the 4-hour time frame, right? You do have SPX stochastic crossing up. You're right here at this trend line again. You did break out yesterday, but you got sucked right back in after having you had 3 closes above it. We're gonna have to see if that was a false breakout. Are we going to close above it today? So that is what I'm going to be watching for. But you have your 4-hour stochastic crossing up. Your CCI is kind of in that middle ground. Okay, I was telling you guys, CPI, the charts are probably going to set us up to just go in either direction. Well, we're still just in that direction. I thought we would pick a direction. We did not. All right, we're kind of just in this middle range here. All right. But over on QQQ and SPY, you have, or not SPY, but over on QQQ, you have a different story. You are in overbought territory. Now, if you do end up running back up, I would assume that you're probably going to form a bearish divergence. All right, and that would be that. But you come over here to the hourly time frame here on QQ as well. And, oh, never mind. Never mind. This ended up changing it. It ended up changing it from what we were looking at yesterday. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Over here on the hourly time frame, you did have this divergence that popped up right here. You had a triple bearish divergence, all right? But that ended up getting canceled right there. But you still do have a bearish divergence here. But actually, it does seem like it did end up playing out. So I guess we have to start building a new bear case here on the lower time frame. You still do have this hourly bearish divergence of 69.76. No, you do not have an hourly bearish divergence on the RSI over there on QQ. What about SPY? All right. SPY over here on the 1-hour time frame, you do have a bearish divergence. All right. You have the triple? No, either way, we have a bearish divergence between these candles right here. All right, which did end up giving you the sell-off this morning. Okay, guys, these are things you want to be looking for, all right? I wasn't able to make the written update, so anybody relying on that information, I'm sorry that's there, but this is why I do the videos, so you guys can literally see exactly what I'm doing. All right, that is where we go over. If you want the consolidated format, there you go on the written updates. If you want to sit here and listen to me explain things, there you go, all right? The videos are here each and every day. I am here for you guys. I'm here to serve. All right. At the end of the day, I'm here to serve you guys, you the people. All right. It should be noted right here that you do have your stochastic just about crossing down there. Your RSI is hinging at the middle range right there. But like I said over on QQ and SPX, you did have your 4-hour stochastic crossing up. It's the same exact thing over here on SPY. All right, now SPY also did end up getting this buying pressure that came in over here. So we're going to have to see if the trend line holds. If it doesn't, that's going to be very telling, all right? But I want to point out, over on SPX, maybe it was on SPY. Or no, I guess it was on QQ. All right, so the 4-hour time frame, guys, over here on QQ. So this is something I want to point out. This is kind of telling of like maybe what we're about to get, but also keep in mind VIX is doing that. So I mean, hey, take use this information in whichever way you choose. All right. But just know, QQQ did end up. Why did my trend lines change? Gosh darn it, they always change, guys. They really do. They really do. They always change. I mean, come over here. There we go. The trend line. All right. So I did this wick right here, this wick right here, and these 2 wicks right there, and also right here. All right. So you got a slight candle close above it there after getting these rejections here, and then you had a few green candles up there. And it should be noted that you came back down and you did not close underneath it. You have 2 4-hour candlesticks holding it. All right, this is, I drew this trend line on the 4-hour time frame, so I think that is the time frame that's going to be respected on. All right, it could tell us what is about to be happening. All right, now let's go over what is going to tell someone what is going to be happening. All right, this is what I'm waiting on. This is what anybody really should be waiting on. Now that we are sitting here at the top, all right, we have this thing doing this, and I'll just briefly explain real quick. Again, we know it's only a matter of time. The market is pricing in higher rates. All right, they're pricing in rates over 5% here. All right, when you got it over here, all right, let's just look at it this way. Over here, like when you're getting these highs up here, these were your lows. Okay, I think October, what was it, the 10th was the week of the low over here. All right, you come over the 10th. Yeah, so the 10th, all right, you come over here. Look at this, guys. Look at this. You get the spike right here, the 17th right here. This spike up to 4.77%, guys. This spike was when you were at SPX lows, all right? Then you had this, all right? And this was Monday, October 31st. So the week of October 31st, you also had a spike above 5.0 here in December reading, all right? Or December contract here. Coming over here to SPX, all right? What happened on October, what was it, 31st? I think we just said. Right over here, all right? You hit a low of 3,700. You see where you are right now? All right. If we're looking at SPY, guys, SPY was at 370. All right. So that is a massive difference. If and nothing has changed, guys. That's what I'm getting at right here. Okay. If that thing is doing that, then this isn't the contracts for like a few months out. This is the December contract, which showing, in my personal opinion, this is showing that the bond market is starting to price in inflation, guys. Inflation is ticking back up. We also just had a hot PPI report. I don't know why it didn't end up spiking this today. I thought it would have spiked that, and it did not. Whatever, though. Doesn't really matter. It's just something to keep in the back of your mind. You know, guys, it is only a matter of time until the market starts pricing, pretty much pricing this in. All right. Higher rates, inflation. Yet, like regardless of the rates, guys, what's significant about that is it's showing that the big market is pricing in inflation. That's why I think it's huge. All right. And that's why I think it's only a matter of time until this whole thing fails. All right. You got that doing that. It really is only a matter of time. And then you also have the VIX breaking out of the 2-month-long consolidation pattern. Now back testing, getting a perfect back test. I understand you're getting selling pressure right here, but you're getting a perfect back test. You come over here to the smaller time from here. Let's just see, do we have any divergences, right? These have been telling in the past. We did have the divergence that I mentioned in yesterday's video here on VIX that literally came and tapped that trend line. This is why I think this trend line is the one being respected, all right? I don't care what other people got on their charts. This is the one I'm using because this is the one that I think is being respected. It's got the most touch points. That's how I do my trend lines, the most touch points, all right? Also, you don't want candle closes underneath it, all right? It's just better, in my opinion, for using those trend lines for confirmation. You get the hourly or 4-hour candle close under there. There you go. All right. But yeah, all right. I think VIX might end up continuing to fall. It's not like you have any divergence here. Maybe you end up falling and creating a. No, you're not going to create a bigger divergence. You would go down and form a new one. All right. But just know, guys, we have a mixed bag. But we also know it's got to be right around the corner. Like it physically has to be right around the corner with everything that we're seeing right now. Like this is not stuff that leads to a continued rally. All right. And on top of this, I'm going to remind you guys, dumb money is piling in, smart money is piling out. That's literally what's going on. That's what is behind the scenes of this. They're squeezing the crap out of this thing, causing a bull trap rally, and dumb money is buying it. That's what this shows us. All right. Also, I want to point out, you now have 3 topping tails. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I have absolutely no idea what happens tomorrow. But I will say right now, I know that we have 3 topping tails right here, and topping tails typically come at the top. All right, you get like a few wicks back to back here. All right, topping tails. All right. I guess we don't really have any other instances here other than yeah. I mean, this guys, it's 3 topping tails. The most we've had is 2, and then you've started to fall. All right, now we have 3. We have like a weekly triple top going on here, where we have just stayed in this same exact range for 3 weeks. All right, 0 DTs have been going crazy in this range. All right, congrats to anybody playing 0 Ts. They literally do go crazy on the daily. All right, they go nuts. But I think that is pretty much it. I just want to let you guys know that like this did end up doing that. You can see that on the 4-hour time frame. What I am watching for, and this really is going to be the only thing that's really going to tell us where we're going. All right, we're gonna come over here to SPX. Okay, we're going to have to see what happens at the trend line. I think you probably get rejected, but you could break out from it. I did show you guys what we have going on over here on QQ. Maybe that is telling on what we're about to get. And we did have SPY bounce up from this trend line. If this thing falls, it doesn't get another bounce. If you end up getting a candle close under it, just know you haven't had a candle close under it the whole time. So if you do get that, it's extremely telling. All right, so that is 100% what I'm watching for. But what that's also going to do is the trend, guys. That is all that really matters right now is you have no trend up here. That is what's going on. You had your high, you had your low, you have your high, lower, or you have your higher low here, lower high. All right, you come down, you have a lower low. All right, so there was this right here. This is where it took place. All right, you came back up. You have the same exact top, slightly high, but it was with a wick. All right, we'll call it the same top. So here is why I say right now we have no trend, all right? Because we broke down from the uptrend, all right? But now we came and retested this high and we have a higher low, okay? So you have your low. This is a higher low from that low. All right. So if you come up and break this, all right, then I can only assume that we're probably going to come down and like make a higher low, or you're going to end up doing this, going like that. All right. Or you top up here. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But if you do end up breaking this, I guess having an hourly candle close above that, I would have to assume that, yeah, you're probably going to stay up here for a little longer. Okay. Because like you're not breaking down yet. Then we're going to have to watch when you're breaking down. All right. But again, like I just said, if you do see this thing start to break and you have an hourly close underneath this trend line on here on SPY, then yeah, you're screwed. You're going timber. Okay. But here on SPX, let's look and see if we got the same exact picture going on here. All right. You made your lower high right there, lower low from that one right there. All right. And you technically do have a lower high than what's going on up here. So I guess now what we're waiting for is that lower low to come in to pretty much confirm things. We're going to have to see what happens at this trend line here on SPX. This is the one going back over there. So if we end up holding it again, like we kind of got buying pressure right here. All right. If we do end up holding it again, then yeah, you're probably going to come back up. You're going to break through that. And there you go. All right. But we have a very mixed bag is what I'm getting at. Okay. We have things suggesting upside. We have like something. We have pretty much everything else besides like a very few amount of things. Suggesting that downside is like, I'm not going to even try and pick like a week that this is going to start. Is it going to start next week? I think it is, but I don't care to call it anymore. All right. I looked like a fool for the longest time. I'm all good, guys. All right. I will sit here bringing the charts to you guys. I will try and keep my, my trades and my projections, I guess, for the most part to myself. All right. Because I just want to give you guys the info. All right. And obviously I'm going to be connecting dots myself in these videos, but that will just come along with it. But yeah, guys, I mean, I'm looking for a catalyst to change the narrative. All right. I guess it is a topping process that we got going on here. It's not like one catalyst is coming along where we're just like, oh, boom, you crapped the bed. No, we're not getting that. All right. I guess it's going to be like it's a slow process we got going on that's changing the trend. All right. So, yeah, you guys know what I'm watching for. And yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.